What's up? So today I want to talk about something that you already know very well, and it's nothing you're not familiar with, but it's the most important part of entrepreneurship in general, and that's just it's business and entrepreneurship is very difficult, and even though it's very simple and very straightforward, it's difficult in a sense. It's very lonely. It's you have to keep yourself accountable. You have to take, everything depends on you, solely on you. Whatever you do, the amount of work you put in, the quality of the work you put in, the consistency, and everything else, everything relies on you. And what you really need to kind of make yourself comfortable with is failure in general, because most of the time things aren't going to work out, especially when you're first starting off. If you're thinking about running a business right now, or if you tried some business in the past and they failed, that's just the natural process of it, right? You have to really get yourself kind of accommodated with the fact that you're going to suck at some point in life. It's inevitable, especially in business, and you really need to hard code that into your brain, because what really separates successful people from regular people is is really just persistency. Everyone that ever tried any business, no matter how big they are, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, doesn't matter. Every single one of them failed at some point, and failed many times before they got to where they are today. And that's the point of this, really. So if you're trying to get into entrepreneurship, into business, you really need to get yourself comfortable with failure. And I say that because it's really the only thing that separates successful people from not so successful people. Because there's no one to keep you accountable, right? There's no one to run after you and tell you what to do, and to check how much time you spent on something. Did you work on it today, or whatever the fuck? So everything completely comes down on you, and it's very lonely. Just it is. And you need to accept that, and you need to really. And every time something goes to shit, every time you fail something, you lose a client, you don't deliver, everything crumbles. You need to expect it, and in a sense that uh, you need to expect it, and take like take try to put yourself in in a in a spectator's position, and try to really evaluate the things that you are doing. And if you try a business model, whatever it is, right, and it fails, don't just don't just, I don't know, lose yourself and wallow in, I don't know, anxiety and depression or whatever the fuck. You really need to take a step back, and to kind of look everything from a different perspective, and try to see what went wrong, and what you could have improved, the things that you could have done differently. And that's really the main part of it. So whenever something goes to shit, you take a step back, you see why it happened, and you find solutions around it. If there's no solution, you try something else. But the point is, you need to, if you're doing something right now, don't just jump around 10,000 different things, different businesses, try 5 different things to run at the same time. That doesn't work. You need to be focused on one thing. And if you're doing something right now, no matter what it is, like, it doesn't matter, and it's not working out for some reason, don't just give up on it. If you hear, like, I don't know, if you watch some YouTuber's video telling you about how this business model is great, or how you can make money with AI and stuff like that, like, don't like filter that shit out. Just focus on whatever you're doing right now, and try to improve on every single aspect of it that you can. Because the ultimately the success factor is how different are you from the people that are doing the same thing? Because rarely you're gonna find a business or solve a problem that hasn't been solved yet, or maybe you will, but later on in life. But the point is now to whatever you're doing right now, just you need to push through it. Like whatever it is, like failure is an essential part of becoming successful, of growing a successful business. Because myself, so before I started like this journey of entrepreneurship when I was like 13 or 14, and I'm 24 now. So, and let me so just put this into perspective. So this journey has been going on for like 10 years right now, and up until last year I haven't made a single like meaningful a penny, meaningful amount of money up until last year. And I've tried like 15, 20 different business models, whatever. I've tried it. Like name something, I've tried it, and I kept bouncing around 1,000 different things and thinking, oh, this is gonna work, this is gonna work, this is work. Up until last year when and even this. So last year I started my client acquisition business, and so for the first year I was sending like 500,000 emails a day. I was like, for a year straight I was doing outreach. I was trying to hire people. I was doing everything and anything for a year straight, and nothing worked out. Nothing fucking worked. I didn't earn anything. Like nothing worked. And at some point when I when I fucked up enough times, and when I fixed every single little problem that I had along the way, at some point it just worked, right? I figured it out at some point, and this is how important persistence is. Up until like last March of last year, I haven't made anything, like a single buck out of everything I've ever done in business world. And from March, from the day that I got my first client, in the next month I got 10 more. So in a month I went from literally $0 a month to upwards of like, it was like more than 25,000 a month. I did it in just under a month. But when you look at it, I mean, if you don't know me, if you're just like a bystander, and you see, so, oh, he's doing well, or he got lucky, or this or that. No one sees the disgusting part, the grind, right? The grind, and just the hours that I put in and everything else. No one sees that. Everyone sees the finished product. And if you you might have you might have once looked at someone and be like, oh, I bet he got lucky, he got rich parents or whatever the fuck, right? But it's really the persistency, the grind, and you really need to accept it. Because it doesn't matter, like maybe your first business like takes off and you make a bunch of money and everything. Even that's very unlikely. But even if that, you can't rely on luck in any shape or form. You need to like hard work outweighs any type of luck. So you really need to accept the fact that you're gonna suck, that you're gonna fail at some point, and that you're gonna feel miserable and all of that. You need to accept that, and you need to kind of, how do I say this? You need to have a mindset, in a sense, that there's no other option but success, as corny as that sounds. Like in my mind, before I made any significant money, in my mind there was never another option. Like I was going to make it. It was just a matter of time, and that's how it happened, right? If I gave up, if I gave in at every single fucking little thing that came up, and every single sway of emotions and everything else, like not that I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be sleeping under a bridge or something. So if there's one thing that you really need to, again, hard code into your brain, is you need to get comfortable with sucking, right? Sucking. And it's really something that you need to get comfortable with, and as soon as you accept that, you can, actually start doing some work. And it seems insignificant, it seems like something, you've already heard it 1,000 times, right? It's nothing new, but I'm really trying to emphasize how important that little thing is. And I really hope that you can, do the same for yourself, because if you can't, it's gonna be really, really rough ride, because you're gonna be swayed by your emotions. You're gonna sometimes you're not gonna feel like doing any work, and maybe the weather is not right, maybe you haven't eaten anything yet, or like, you can't let things affect you. You need to keep yourself accountable. Need to keep yourself in line, and that's the only way that this is ever gonna work out. That's fucking it. Hope it helped. See you in the next one. Peace.